Why is mobility work important for endurance athletes? Namely, the issue with being an endurance athlete is that we like to do things for long periods of time, one thing. And then because we've done something for a long period of time, gone into that pain cave, we want to rest. The problem with that is that when we do one thing for long periods of time, whether it's sitting, standing, even just walking, we actually still need full range of motion of our major joints. And so doing one thing for a long period of time still requires full range of motion in all major joints being the shoulders and the hips, and everything else comes out from that. But and you still need range of motion in those other things, but we tend to see that if we have full range of motion in these joint capsules of the shoulders and the hips, everything else kind of follows. That being said, getting stuck in the hip, or the inability, if you're a cyclist or even a runner and you don't have a whole lot of hip extension, that's a problem, because missing that full range of motion of the hip or a full extension of the hip inevitably breeds other dysfunctions that start to show up in other things that we do. Thus, me alluding to the fact that we don't need to necessarily worry about the knee or the ankle if we've got full range of motion out of that hip. And I don't have full range of motion out of my hip right now. I don't have that range of motion I had when I was a baby, right? And I need to work at it in order to continue to work at things or do things that I like to do. Like I'm really into riding my bike right now again, and being in that seated position and working like that requires me to actually do a whole lot of anterior hip exercises to get that hip into extension, because I inevitably have to pick up the slack elsewhere and start to feel it elsewhere as a result of that. So keeping that allows me to actually function like a human being and not have to worry about all the things or the problems that can show up with tight, worn out, broken down joints and tissue that are a result of doing things for long periods of time. We're not real good at doing one thing for long periods of time. We're great at doing a bunch of different stuff. That's how being a human is very unique to other species.